Although I'm gonna have to figure out for a little bit exactly how this stuff works. And there's also the question of how much do I actually trust the enemy or the others, everybody else. Let's actually export fruits. Is there a thing that says like how much I can export? Like, is there like a percentage? Of my total allowed as export? Because it just seems to kind of like export an amount until you tell them to stop. I mean, really, it's just you play as the characters that you want to have in your city, right? And different types of characters have very different needs, is basically like the long and short of how this game works. No, we have 6 humans. YouTube chat. I'm permitting more humans, but right now nobody's really particularly happy with me, so we're just kind of working on increasing general happiness so that they can be a little bit happier. I mean, they want taverns, they want bathhouses, they want barbecues, they want massage parlors, stages, speakers, hearths. Actually, let's just make a second hearth because I've got the one hearth, right? Yeah. Making a second hearth would increase general happiness at very low cost to me. So we'll do that. What else can I do? Access. I could give them access to more clothing, but that's kind of mean because I don't actually have any. Fight pits, grand arenas, restaurants, food stalls. Let's make another food stall. For better food distribution. See if we can make this go up. Government, what else do we want? They want the law. They want there to be law. These guys want laws. What kind of nonsense is that? How about this? Let's upgrade these two. So we now have unlocked Skull, which allows us to build taverns. Fine dining allows us to build restaurants, but I need kind of a lot of research to be able to do that. But I'm gonna need to build another lab, basically. You end up losing generally? Well. Hey, chat room, I'm curious, how many people are listening to the stream? Could I get a round of beers? And as always, it is a Friday, so a lot of people, out and about doing things outside. If you want to keep this stream going and help the streamer out, the best thing that you can do for me is just keep that chat moving. Let's make some flower beds. Make things pretty looking. Maybe benches too. Increase general niceties of the place. Adding flowers, I'm sure, will have a positive effect. Of course, we need furnitures for the benches. That makes sense. You can actually go home and have a beer tonight? Hell yeah, because it's Friday. Not that you're going to, though. You haven't found one you prefer yet. Oh, man. I have mead, but in order for me to have a glass of mead before I end, I would need, like, at least $20 in bits or tips. It would need to be a reason to celebrate. Then I have whiskey. Extreme temperatures. Oh, no. It's fine. We have pools. Go sit in the well. We also have 14,000 bucks in this place. And we have imported wheat, which is becoming a grain farm up here. So now that we're getting that grain farm, I'm going to move from importing wheat. And actually, let's just jump to... I kind of just want to import clothing. This shit's expensive, man. But on the bright side, we did actually successfully import wheat, so... Even though the workload is low right now, we do actually have wheat again. We're getting through winter, and we got 3 days of food just left. What's this? Subject has become sick. Sickness tied to your subject's health in the early game. There's not so much that you can do about this except keeping the city clean. But as your city grows, you must provide for your people with doctors and hospitals. Yeah. Yeah, my main hope right now is just keep the chat moving. Especially, like, you know, it doesn't matter how interesting a game is. Some people just won't tune in if I'm not playing Dwarf Fort, so... I do appreciate all the people who are here today, and thank you guys for keeping the chat moving. Chat moves, it does. Chat lives. Don't turn chat into another cadaver. We got plenty of those in the city already. Okay, we'll just let them do their thing. 9 days till that harvest goes through 6.1, 6.0. 7 days, 7 days. Good. This game does become a very satisfying move. Although I did actually go through and look at my stats again. The last time I streamed this game, we had, I think it was an average of like 180 people watching. The time before that, I had 22. You've been subscribed for 3 years and you didn't know that I had a weird eye? Yeah, no, my right eye don't work. My left eye barely work. But you're just not good at it? You like the lizards because having them dredge the oceans is very nice? I mean, anybody can dredge the oceans. The lizards are the... Wait, hold on. When you say lizards, are you referring to these guys? Because I don't think these guys were in the game when I was playing. I'm thinking of the bug people. I like the bug people specifically for military purposes, because they're fun as military. Although, I'll be honest with you, I've completely forgotten how military works in this game, so I'll have to figure that out. $690 harvest by the end of the year? That's a lot of grain. How much grain capacity do I have? Not much, turns out. I think I'm gonna grab one of these, but make it out of wood, and I'm just gonna make this for grain and bread. We're also out of food. So let's go back to exporting wood. So I am actually making clothing. It's just we're going through it faster than I can make it. Same with furniture. Okay, so let's slow this down. You right here. I'm gonna drop most of these down to 0. Actually, I can just reset everything here. And you're gonna be bread and shit. There it is. Grain. Bread and grain. Mostly grain. Because this is going to be harvested in 5 days. Also, can I make haulers yet? Hauler. This is just going to load up grain and zip it down to here. Need to leave the stream. Thank you for a good time and for letting you know about this new and interesting game. Well, cheers. Happy to help. How was Caves of Cud yesterday? Do you plan to play it again in the near future? Definitely not. I never plan to play games that I enjoy ever again. How would I dare? I don't really have plans. If you want to find my plans, check out my blog. Exclamation point blog in the Twitch chat. D&D lizard folk have a period of 15 minutes that they can stay underwater. 15 minutes? Can lizards really hold their breath that long? That's like new to me. Also, hello, Kokoroko, by the way. Hope you're doing all right. Huh, well, I guess I just learned something about lizards that I didn't know. So you right here, you're going to load, man, I wish this was just a list of things that I could type in the thing that I want. Grain, there you go. And you're going to fetch, you're gonna pull from, wait, what? Pull source, pull source. Enabled warehouses and workers will fetch odd resources from the ground, from production rooms, and within their radius. Okay. Click here to order a pull from another storage site. I don't want you to pull it from another storage site. Keep limit, storage capacity. Previous. Deliver to. Sorry, this warehouse is closed to outsiders. Let the AI adjust the worker amount. Delete. Can you not, like, deliver to a warehouse? Because I was using these a lot previously, and I seem to recall using them to deliver to warehouses and then from warehouses to other places, but I guess not. Must be misremembering. Hello, Big Bang. How are you? Good day, sir. The gods have forsaken Libara and ruins have stopped. If this keeps up, and the rains have stopped. If this keeps up, this will devastate our crops. Fortunately, I have 13 days of food. And somebody died. Somebody starved. I wonder if that was the sick person. Considering there is no longer any sick people, I assume that that's the sick person. So, bleh, whatever. It's fine. Why did happiness just suddenly skyrocket? Is it because the one person? It's got to be because the one person was sick, right? That's kind of hysterical. Had somebody sick, happiness down. Person stops being sick, happiness skyrockets. That's funny. Also, we're okay on food, even though, like, we're in this drought. I may lose some, I'm losing a bunch of my, my wheat, but that's it. I'm losing a lot of grain. Just because the moisture is tanking. Want to hear your fun story of the day? Absolutely. What's your fun story of the day? Gax here. Sarcasm aside about Caves of Cud. Yes, I will play Caves of Cud again, but the thing that I have to say about Caves of Cud is I would stream it a lot more if I could figure out a way to make it consistently engaging to an audience. I find that if I play the game the way I enjoy playing it, people dislike watching it or tune out. And if I play the game the way people want to play it, I feel like I do a bad job making it entertaining. So it's this weird mess of a thing. And I don't know how to fix that problem, so. Oh, fun. So you got gassed out of your house, basically. Because that seems bad. Okay, so we've got 206 wheat. Oh, okay, so basically it's just more efficient if you allow this sucker to work with coal. That makes sense. So we can go bake bread. So we're now baking bread, but we're eating it as quickly as we're baking. I'm gonna make a second bakery, I think. Because we're now up to capacity. We'll increase population again. I think once I hit the next, I think it's 200 is the next major population goal. When I hit that, I'm not going to bring in migrants for a little bit, and we're just gonna wait until we have a surplus of furniture. And ideally clothing, too. Although I think, yeah, okay. Because right now I am importing. Actually, you know what I should do? I should make a second hunter's shop. That's what I should do. Let's actually make like 3 maybe. The reason I say that. Oh, do you not produce? Ah, crap. Oh, okay. I can set them to either produce meat or produce leather. Oh, is hockey still going? I thought hockey was done. Shows how up to date I am on things. Let's jump over to the technology tree real quick. Let's see, how much do I need for this? It's 750, my God. Let's unlock entertainment so that we can make stages. Whoops, didn't even see that. I think I accidentally closed something I shouldn't have. Oh, interesting, these actually require chairs. It's gonna take a little bit to build that. The heck was that? Gift, okay. We simply love our Kratonian neighbor over at Taver's Empire, and we would like to show you our gratitude. They will give me money and tools. I will accept your money and tools. Thank you for the money and tools. Now, if you could have given me furniture, that would have been great, because that's actually what I need right now. Oh, that's interesting. I had no idea you could just, like, swap out different buildings in that menu. That's neat, actually. Yeah, I gotta say, this game's had a lot of good quality of life improvements since I last played. Like, a lot. Like, kind of a huge amount, actually. Here is a giant wooden horse. Well, I should make them pledge friendship to me. I mean, they are listed as friendly neighbors, right? So, we're in an ad break, so I'm just gonna slow down. All right, we'll see you later, Big Bang. I totally missed you. I'm gonna go take a bath. To up your body temperature. Oh, I'm not sure that's how that works, but... best of luck. If that is, in fact, how that works. Or if it works for you that way, anyway. It's really bizarre how YouTube works. You guys want to see how bizarre YouTube is? Let me show you how bizarre YouTube is. This is very bright, so if you are somebody who, you know, has a hard time with light mode, just maybe squint. But look at this. Look at this, chat. Look at this. Isn't this madness? This is a short that YouTube just decided to get popular for a bit, and now it's just like, like per hour, like 200, 300, 400, like a couple hundred views per hour, generally. It was like up to 500, 600 views per hour for a bit, and then it just goes bang, like just nothing. It's like, I hate shorts. They just suck. I wish I had something that like could just get the views, like roughly a third of the count of my subscribers, and just move on with my day. Like that's all I want. That is the duck short, yeah. That is, in fact, the duck short. I don't understand. It's like arbitrarily things get views, and then arbitrarily things just stop getting views, and it doesn't make sense. And it stresses me the fuck out. I kinda hate it. I kinda hate it. No, we need to research cargo pants, I think, actually. Once we can discover cargo pants, then we'll have enough storage space to be able to store all of those views for the long term. Also, as a owner of 2 pairs of jorts, I think jorts just make you get made fun of in my experience. I think I'm going to lower. Nah, we'll just keep this at this. Because the bread is just immediately getting sold in a lot of cases. I'm curious, actually, what are they selling here? Okay, well, that's a market. Let's not sell furniture here. Try to just focus on food, I guess. I don't understand what the market is for. I know what the food stalls are for, but I'm not totally sure. Oh, I guess like one's for food and one's for not. Well, okay, that makes sense. So I guess you could like restrict a certain type of food by allowing less at the markets. Slowly crawling services up. Oh, right. I forgot about this, but I guess this game has like overall saving. At the very beginning, when you first start this game, you get to name your king, and you can rename him, but I've never renamed him. So my king is all lowercase Bob. Anyway. Excellent. Should have it. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's been so long. We must get together sometime and go onyx hunting. My emissaries contact you for their arrangement. Do you mind if I borrow some stuff from you? Yes, but okay. It's time for the extortion to begin. Also going to build another one of these suckers real quick. Gonna plop that up here. And let's also put another hearth over here. Bob, no, Bob, not Bob Tron, just Bob. Bob singular. No Tron, just Bob. But, I mean, you could be our king. I asked chat what they wanted me to name it, and they said Bob, so we went with it, honestly. That's how that happened. Markets are really good for when you get lots of tourists. Oh, is that what markets are for? Okay, I wasn't sure. Like, all this shit's new, so... At least for me, all of this shit is new since I last played. I'm just trying to figure out how to generally increase loyalty here. Oh, actually, hold on. I see why loyalty's dropping. I don't have enough housing. Build some longhouses, maybe some more apartments. Scatter a few more houses in there. Yeah, also decorations. Yeah. I do have some. I mean, I've planted flowers and I've got benches. Benches? Benches? Or not there, but flowers. I've plopped some benches down, but yeah, I need to do more things. I love the fact that when people are on the speaker stands and when people are on the stages, they just get shit thrown at them the whole time. I kind of respect that. I don't know. Just very amused by that. I don't know why. Okay. Stuff's getting built. We're out of bread again, looks like. Also out of grain. What am I exporting currently? No work is available within the radius. Well, okay, hold on. What do you have in here? Just gonna get you to fetch. Also going to remove the majority of what's in here. Well, maybe a little bit of livestock, because I should actually bring in livestock again. Because we are getting more specialized pretty quickly. But I want this to be another more just resource location. So let's do wood. We'll do stone. And you actually are going to import, instead of this, we're going to import livestock, which are probably pretty expensive, but. So I can build another livestock farm. Because that is the next thing that I really need. Coming through into summer, we've got quite a surplus of food. Having a bigger surplus of food makes people more happier. More better, more happy. Thing that I really want to do is start like going for clay. But I don't know if I want to build that far away. It's like there is ore farms. And also I guess I can stop them from harvesting these. So I honestly don't need them doing this anymore. It's kinda just a waste of time. We're a handful of human migrants allowed in for research. I mean, I usually end up with like that kind of combination of like orcs and humans. And then I usually end up bringing in these guys as military later down the line. Actually, I'm curious. How much is clay? Pretty cheap. Let's bring in clay. We're just gonna trade for clay. Just gonna spend my money real fast, but hey. Now what I can do is I can go into this. I can go to access and I can say, yo, you guys can take clay. That's going to take a little bit, but it will or should increase loyalty. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. So we do have tons of food. I just want to hit 200 population. It's the main desire right now. Also, all these down here. you're gonna make leather. You're gonna make leather. You're gonna make leather. And I'm going to make a farming pasture. I'm also going to grab a second one of these. Bring more imports in. So that I can also let's increase your radius. There you go. Because I would also like to sell or rather get to a situation where I don't need to import leather, because having leather would be a much better situation than constantly importing leather. So actually, rather, instead of importing leather, please just import this shit. Like, that's what I need. I need you to bring in livestock. But we need money first. But we're using this as the ability to make people happy with their living spaces at the very least. Because believe it or not, they want mud. So to those of you who play this game, what's your general combination of people? Because from me playing this game in the past, I've always been used to building up like basically orcs, then bringing in some humans for research and other things because they tend to get along pretty well, and then eventually bringing the like bug people as military. Now I've seen a lot of people praising the good word of the dragon/lizard people, I guess. This is all incoming wares, good lord. Okay, so we're gonna lower down those numbers because I'm thinking we're probably getting to a situation where people have quite a bit more clay. Do humans want clay? What do you want in access? You want clay pots. You could care less about clay. Got it. Nothing but lizard people. They hate everyone else, though. So you are the all-consuming blob. Join the blob or die to the blob. For in this house, we are the blob. Is that what you are? Mine was typical. Yeah, just basically me, but also the elves. I find that like when I end up with a really large city, I'll bring in some of the elves, and then they'll just live pretty far away from the majority of the rest, and just kind of act as, how do I word this? Just kind of act as like the harvesters off in the corner, essentially. Also have another dead. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do actually is I'm going to build another research location that is more specifically just research. Something I really like about this game is if you build big enough spaces, then they require supports. This is going to be a big job, this place. Let's do that. 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 And that. It's a lot of furniture you require, but hey. Oh, needs a door. Duh. Do a door there, a door there, a door here, and a door here. Only a mix of all? Talipa only or a mix of all? That's interesting. Yeah, I've definitely done playthroughs where I just play as the elves, and I actually quite like that too. They're quite fun to play as. Okay, so I need another temple as well. It's helpful that they only require wood. Yeah, no, I need to start making military. I don't know what the military is like in the game right now, but what I've been doing for the past few years is just paying off the first few raids that appear, which I'm doing okay for money right now, so I could actually do that. So it's not something that I'm too worried with, but yes. Enslave the raiders? Nah, I don't enslave anybody usually. I'll execute them. Much more merciful. I wish it would tell me the total cost somewhere, which it probably does. Portable 3,000, capacity 3,000. But like, they're very expensive. Need a lot of money for that. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to pause you and just say don't currently trade anything. So I just need to import livestock. Also, Sneaky Snaky, I appreciate the unasked for assistance. However, remember, unless I specifically ask for help, please do not offer unsolicited advice. I understand that you're excited and you enjoy watching video game, but I'm not super keen on being told what to do. Even if it means saving me from potential living space destruction. I do, unironically, enjoy losing in video games. It's not quite a meme, believe it or not. What do we need right now? Because think about it this way, Sneaky Snaky. Do you want somebody telling you what to do every time you play a video game that's based on creativity and experimentation and fucking up? Because those are all of the games that I play. Games based on creativity and experimentation. So I enjoy the process of messing up. Because it's part of the video game. Okay, so I need pottery to level you up. So for me, this is just the way my brain works, is a little bit of an example here. When somebody tells me what to do in a video game, it feels like failure. When I fuck up and then figure it out, it feels like success. So it makes me actually less interested in doing the thing that you're suggesting. Believe it or not. Like, this is probably my OCD, to be honest with you. But what it turns into is, for me, it's like a mental challenge of like, well, there's no situation here where I want to do the thing that you're telling me to do. So it just makes me feel bad when I don't do it. Because you're telling me to do a thing. It's like, well, I don't want to do the thing that you're telling me to do generally. So just remember that. It's like, it might make me do a thing sooner and then save me. That is certainly possible. But more likely what it's going to do is it's just going to make me mildly upset, feel defeated, and then not want to do the thing that you told me to do. Because I didn't figure it out myself. Basically, you're robbing me of the satisfaction of realizing that I need to do something. Which is why I have that rule. But it's okay. It doesn't matter how long I have that rule. People will never actually listen to it. Life is fun. Just making convos about what you're saying. Well, read what you said again. They're perfect. They're a perfect archery squad. Speaking of, you could talk about archery. You could talk about combat. But when you say speaking of, they were unlocked at 102 at a pop. I know. I read it. When they got unlocked. Right? I'm also aware that the first few raids in these games, you can just pay them off. I'm also aware that I have 10,000 doll hairs currently. I'm also aware that the worst that could happen is they show up, kill a bunch of your people, and then leave after stealing some of your stuff and burning your buildings down, and you can repopulate relatively quickly, generally. So, just remember that. That's all I'm asking. I think it's a fair request. I'll say, Wuggy, what's up, dude? It's good to see you. Also, I need a place to put charcoal. Let's just drop the wood down to nothing here. Drop furniture down to nothing here. Is that charcoal? That is coal. I mean, it's fine. It's like there's a difference between talking about a game's mechanics and saying, "Psst, they were unlocked at this level," right? That's all I'm really trying to say. Also, hi Aristotle. Welcome to the channel. Considering you don't know me, did you land here just through the game's directory? Or recommended? For those who don't know me, which I'm terrible at reminding people, I'm kind of the Dwarf Fortress guy. I play Dwarf Fortress. That's what we do here. And sometimes I stray away from the norm and touch other video games that chat permits me to look at. But if I look at too many other video games, then chat starts to accuse me of cheating on them, and then I have to go back. It's kind of a brutal relationship, but it is what it is. Strange to me that you have to unlock the guard post, because that used to always be a default unlock. Oh, I see the problem here. It's like, why do I suddenly have 0 workforce? It's like, oh, this is why. I mean, really ran to your head. It's a meme I don't even know. Like, to be fair, most memes. I have this habit of completely ignoring meme culture. I don't know if it's a good habit or a bad habit, honestly, but it's a habit that I have. You know, it's funny. I've seen every single Star Wars movie up until Disney decided to ruin it in Episode 8. I didn't watch Episode 8 and probably will never watch another Star Wars movie. And honestly, I have no idea what that meme is. They're just like, it's from the Star Wars movie. It's like, really? Huh. Very out of touch when it comes to Star Wars, I'll be honest. Like, I know sand, it's coarse and it gets everywhere, and that's like about it at this point. Okay, not quite 275. Let's say... I really wish I could do 210, because that's about what I want. Let's just do 225. But this is skyrocketing. It's like, this is kind of what I want. Fine dining. So we're waiting for this number to hit 750, basically. Also, we're just like out of food, which is good that I'm getting my veggies now. Because we were in a pretty sketchy spot for food for a minute there, but... I never watched Rogue One. Never seen Solo: A Star Wars Story. Never seen any of the TV shows. Never seen any of the other, like, non-mainline movies. I've seen episodes 1 through 7 and a portion of 8, and that is it. And I will never watch another Star Wars thing because I'm never going to give Disney Plus money. And, yeah. I'll probably never play another Star Wars video game either because I don't feel like giving Ubisoft money. And it's actually kind of weird to say this out loud, but there are actually Star Wars games that are coming out at some point in the near-ish future that don't look terrible, which is a weird concept to think about. I never watched anything from Clone Wars. Probably never will. Like, you'd be hard-pressed to find a franchise that I'm less out of touch with at this point. Except for maybe Harry Potter, because I just never cared. Animated Star Wars media? I never cared for animated Star... I acknowledge that it's probably the best, right? But I never cared for... Andor is worth watching? Not if I have to give Disney money. And nothing is worth watching illegally, as far as I'm concerned, so it'll never be watched. Maybe if it was accessible and on other platforms and they didn't believe monopolies were a good thing, maybe I'd consider it. But, turns out it's none of those things. And Disney is far too obsessed with their monopolies to permit good things. At this point, when it comes to, like, big mainstream media properties like that, I'm basically just out. There's two things that make it very, very easy to just be completely out of touch with mainstream media. Number one, don't subscribe to any of the mainstream streaming services, which at this point, I have Amazon Prime Video, and I might get rid of that pretty soon. And don't have a TV. Like, I don't like the way big budget media is going. It's not what I want from TV. If I'm gonna watch TV, like, I think the last model of TV that I genuinely enjoyed was the Netflix model of here, just have all these episodes of things. But Disney is just such a shit fucking garbage ass terrible fucking company that I can't in good conscience give them money and feel okay about it. So happiness generally is going up. Probably increase that access. Also realizing I don't have any stockpiles with furniture in them anymore. There we go. Food supply is skyrocketing, but it's not going to matter so much. I really need more odd jobbers. I'm really tempted to just do this. Just have more odd jobbers for a bit. Let's just get some stuff moved. Although we did just get some new migrants, so bring them back. 5 more people. You wanted to say hi? What's up, Falk? What are we playing today? It looks fun. This is, it's called Songs of Six. It's kind of like a large-scale city builder combined with like an empire builder. It's pretty neat. The overworld map makes it seem a lot more daunting. It's got some Total War-ish combat, but you have to use your population to fight, making fighting pretty high risk. It's a neat game. How much is it to import booze, actually? Actually, hold on. Brewery requires pottery, charcoal, and then it can make alcohol. How much is it to import pottery instead of livestock? Significantly cheaper. Let's just actually cancel this. Or suspend it at the very least for right now. And I almost have enough for restaurants, which is the next thing I want to do. So I need more people working in this thing so that we can get restaurants, please. To crank up that research a little bit. Humans want to be the majority. Well, you're not going to get that. I remember bathhouses being like a huge bottleneck in this game, where the second you built bathhouses, like everybody's happiness level just spiked and skyrocketed like crazy. Also, I'm a few minutes late, but checking in with YouTube chat. What's up, Bullet of Law? Tuned in an hour ago and skipped forward. Actually started playing Songs of Six after about a year or not. After about a year of not touching. It's been 52 days since my last playthrough, actually, because it said in the save files. And you play games other than Dwarf Fortress? Yes, I always have. So I saw a band last night called Fort Knox 5K, but it turned out that it was just one guy, which was a little it felt a little misleading. I mean, maybe sometimes Fort Knox 5 has a band. I've certainly seen groups that are sometimes a band and sometimes just a person with a backing track. It depends on the band, but I've definitely seen that before. Like, if you put a number in your band, it sort of implies that there's a number of people in your band. I don't know. Not really. It's the name of a performing act. But anyway, was it a good show? Laboratories and libraries are now... So here's the thing. I haven't played this game in 500 days, so I don't know what's just a little bonus and what isn't. What did they change with laboratories? And libraries. So I remember paper making used to be pretty vital, but I don't know. I literally have been playing for 5.7 hours, and I haven't touched this game in a very long time. So I have no idea. I'm not gonna be able to. Maybe chat could give you some thoughts, but I'm not gonna be able to. What was I doing? Right. Waiting for restaurants. It's like, where's the rest of them? I mean, I saw a solo act at one of the more recent shows I went to a couple weeks ago, and that was fun. It was just a lady with a 24-string guitar and a backing track. It was pretty good. It's called Tsunami. Spelled really funnily, so I probably couldn't actually find them for you. All right, so let's grab restaurants, fine dining. Plop that down here. Maybe in this region right here. Let's do all that. Cooking station. This is all new since I last played. Okay, so that needs some metal. I need to bring in metal for this to work. And then you, import, are going to please import some of this stuff. So I'm either importing that or I'm importing pottery. I think it's more likely we're importing this. Oh, there we go. Got 12 metal now. And just like that, we got our restaurant up and running. So it's going to consume my coal, and it's going to serve food. There used to be a thing called the canteen, which you started off with back when I last played, but there wasn't any other kind of food distribution, so there wasn't any, like, stalls or anything. Also, hello, animal. How you doing? If you want stinkies, we got that. Yeah, here it is. I have to wait for someone to do the honors. Now your research in labs and libraries are somehow only a boost to them? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like I said, it's been such a long time, I don't really have any thoughts for you directly. If I'd played more recently, maybe I would have more ideas, but... Fruit fly. Just touched my arm and it startled me. I don't know how they build a tree. That will always be something that kind of confuses me. It's like, how are you building a tree? Please do elaborate. I would love to know. Because that doesn't make any sense to me. But they're just over here building a tree, I guess. Clearly I haven't played Minecraft. Oh, I have. Probably before you, actually, Animal, when did you first play Minecraft? Because I want to do the thing of saying, I was playing Minecraft when you were still, like, I don't know, playing with dolls or some one of those dumb lines, you know? Some of that nonsense. Okay, so I was actually playing Minecraft when you were still, like, a wee lad. Blah. Plant this and seed the sand into the soil with a hammer. See, in real life, you do that similarly. However, you don't use a hammer to plant the seed in soil. You instead use a shovel. Oh, there's a fly. Come back here, you fucker. Must squish. Must kill. I played when Minecraft was free and ran in a browser and didn't have trees in it, okay? And you could just load maps that other people had built. And it was basically just like digital Lego. Peak Minecraft as far as I'm concerned. The growth of our fruit farms is showing much promise this year, and if the gods are willing, the harvest will be extra bountiful. Oh, that's nice. Well, that certainly helped, building the restaurant. I think we'll let, I'm just gonna let things sit for a little bit. Let's see if I can make the humans a little bit happier until we have 25 of them. What do they want? They do want more furniture access. Curious if my furniture supply is gonna go up or if it's just gonna stay super low. Am I still importing pots? Yes, okay. I'm gonna let the humans have, actually, can I let you guys have pottery first? Okay, I can. Let them have, let these guys have pottery. Increase the general happiness of my orcs first. Because the orcs get priorities. Also gonna let these pathetic humans have some pathetic little pottery as well. And then over here, I'm just exporting wood. Looks like. Although because I'm out of wood, not much. They need the wood blocks for the extra big trees. God, wait, really? That's funny. So they are actually building Minecraft trees. It's also, well, I guess like flower beds make sense that it would require some stones, but I can justify that in my big old tiny brain. Seems like human loyalty is constantly taking a hit. Do I have schools yet, or do I have to unlock that? Yeah, to give you an idea, back when I first played this game, there wasn't a, like, you didn't unlock buildings with the tech tree. You only unlocked, you didn't unlock buildings with the tech tree, you only unlocked, bonuses, like build speed bonuses, basically. Which, I don't know, I kind of miss. I think I actually liked that more in a lot of ways. This game looks dope. It is pretty dope. I do definitely recommend this game. It's just a game that's been in early access long enough that I can do the I missed this feature when it worked this way level of but like the current state of this game is pretty great though. Area's too thin. All right. I'm gonna make a stock market. I mean a stockade. But yeah, essentially this game, if you've never seen it before, El Rey, is what I would describe as like, imagine like if somebody made Total War, but also was a really, 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 really big fan of Pharaoh. That's kind of what this game is. It's like someone made Total War, but was also a really big fan of Pharaoh. So that'll have to employ some guards, but it'll make us happier with the law. I guess this will help with government need. I also should probably make another restaurant. So I got the one, but I'm gonna need more than one, so. Do still have some metal bars. There's something else for what I'm finding out. The scale of this game is phenomenal, but keep in mind, it's very... Like, if Dwarf Fortress is a story generator, this game's a video game as video game. Like, this game in a lot of ways has more in common with Factorio than Dwarf Fortress directly, which isn't a bad thing. But just keep in mind, it is much more of a mechanics-driven game and much less of a... Much more of a mechanics-driven game and much less of a, like story generation kind of thing. We're gonna wait until this is double arrows and we can get a much larger population boost. So how much pottery do I have right now? Out of pottery? I think I'm out of pottery. And I'm not currently importing clay, so... Oh, no, I am importing pottery. Just need to out-export a bunch of stuff for it to be worth it. Ah, I see. We're exporting wood and there's no wood for us to export. Could I export furniture? I mean, that sells a lot better, but... Don't really have any. We have 6 days worth of food. Let's export fruit. So I kind of have a lot of fruit. So I'm going to export the food stuff that I have the most redunculous amounts of. Because this needs money to be able to build. What's up, Villigent? And YG Games. Ah. Here's the thing. YG. Word of advice. Never do what you just did. If you want marketing, look for the creator's email and find that email and send them an email and ask in private, because 1,000 times out of 1,000 times, most sane streamers are going to be like, absolutely not. No, I do not want you to advertise in my chat. It's not appreciated, it's not requested, and I really hope you don't ever do that to me again. Thank you for the worst first impression I've had with an indie game studio in recent memory. I realize that that's harsh, but it's the reality. Please don't ever do that again. Have I checked out Factorio? I do not like Factorio. Not in your experience? Well, cool. Welcome to what I would describe as what streamers should show up with the experience. You know, generally, if you were a regular in my chat or somebody who'd been around, absolutely, no question asked. I have no idea who you are. That is the first thing you've said in my chat. As the first thing that you've said in my chat, that is a negative first impression, because the only thing you want out of me is free advertising. That isn't how friends work. If you want advertising from me, hang out in my chat. Be a regular for a couple weeks. And then, no question, absolutely. Totally let you advertise your game. In fact, I go out of my way to promote the games of friends of the channel. But that's the key word, right? You have to be a friend of the channel. If you just tune in and ask for advertising, absolutely not. No, sorry. Absolutely not. Are you even sure it's not a bot? I'd be pretty certain they're not a bot based on that last response. That's what the bots want you to think. Yeah, totally. It's not that the bots are getting smarter either. I'd say they're getting dumber. Well, it's how to humiliate criminals, that's for sure. Imagine being a regular. I couldn't possibly imagine that. Terminal wetness. Well, I mean, there's certainly bots that respond to voice lines. Bots in Twitch chat certainly don't tend to. I will say that is the first time I've had somebody, well, the first time in a very long time that I've had somebody pop into my chat and just ask to promote something. No, I totally understand what you mean, YG. Like, it's a struggle out there, right? But think about it this way. If a random person I've never met before pops into my chat and advertises their stream, I would ban them, right? Because it's like walking into a place and just shouting, "Give me money." Unfortunately, advertising isn't something you give for free, right? That is something that is either given as a gift or something that is provided in exchange for funds. I don't do sponsored segments, period, on my channel. It's just not something I do. I promote games that I know by people that I either know or that I think personally I would like to see succeed. It's not something that is given without any kind of discussion beforehand. It's something that either I seek out and do organically, or it's something that I do for somebody that I know. So I realize it's the harsh response to have, but it's what this business is, unfortunately. That being said, there's a self-promote section in my Discord. If you want, you could go post your game there. Or like I said, go seek out my email, which is not too difficult to find. And fire me an email. Or send me a DM. I've done sponsors in the past back when I was fucking broke. Because, like, the difference between having $70 was the difference of, like, having groceries or not. So at that point, yeah, years ago I did some sponsorships, but I find that with sponsorships you end up doing two things. One, spending more time on just trying to seek out sponsorships than you actually do making money. So like for me, the hours to like payoff ratio was rarely worth it. And they were only really worth it when they just like surprise landed in my lap. And then besides that, like, aside from that, it was often a thing that I regretted doing after the fact. To give you kind of a small example, I tended to regret doing sponsorships after the fact when they were, this one does what? I tended to regret doing them after the fact when they were primarily games that I didn't know in advance. And it's something where you kind of have to do a lot of research when you're going to do any kind of sponsorship, right? And it's not that I didn't do my research. It's more that the games that are willing to give you money aren't really researchable. They're games that are not out yet, usually, or games that are about to release and they want that on release. And the often result was I cover games that are very specific types of games. And if it doesn't suit my audience, it's a waste of money on both parties. It's a waste of money on behalf of the developer, and it's a waste of money, or it's not really a waste of time, but it can damage me, right? Like, it can hurt my view counts and make my view counts worse. And if I actively seeked out sponsorships to, like, as a main source of income for me, being completely blunt with you right now, I could probably double my annual income. But if I feel shitty about it, either A, I feel like I've done the developer a disservice because they could be doing better if they hadn't gone to me, or they could be doing better if they'd gone to somebody else. If I feel that way, then there's never going to be a time where I feel okay accepting that money. And for me, feeling okay getting money is more important than getting money, if that makes sense. There used to be a button where I'd just be like, take 2 here. So where is that button? Poor solar source doesn't have resources that match. There's like so many bizarre little buttons here. Where do you deliver to? Makes sense to you? Marketing is weird, no matter what field that you work in? Totally. You like learning these things from someone who's dealt with it before? Like, I've been doing this for 10 years, right? 10 plus years. More than 10 years. And the weird limit, or the weird thing about doing this for so long is you see people who get into this industry with the one sole goal of making money a lot of the time. In fact, I would say that's probably the majority of people that get into this industry. They get into this industry and they have one goal, which is I need to make as much money as possible. My career goal is to make money. When I got into this industry, my goal was to promote games that I thought were cool, and that was it. And combine that with... Actually, do I literally just click on it? Did they just make it easier? Is that where I'm fucking up? And my goal was always to get by and show people cool stuff and promote cool stuff. And that's all I ever wanted to do. And it kind of exposes all of the parts of this industry that I don't like. When it's just simply... Here, let me rephrase this. A large piece of advice that I see a lot of my peers giving my other peers is, whenever you get offered a key to stream a game by a developer, don't accept it. Respond with a dollar amount. That is one of the most common pieces of advice I see given to streamers by other streamers. And if you want to make money, it's correct. You respond with a dollar amount because most of the time the person that is reaching out to you isn't the developer. Most of the time it's a marketing company or their marketing person. No, I mean, it's hilarious, but like, it works. Terminal wetness. Like, you say that because you don't do this for a living, right? So I could see why you would see it as hilarious. But let me tell you, boy, it fucking works. You can make like ludicrous money streaming. But you just have to be kind of an asshole about it. And I feel real bad turning around and looking at the indie developer who just sent me a free copy of their video game and saying, okay, if you give me $150. Like, there's a lot of competition at the top, certainly. And the top end of it is very top heavy. But at my scale, the scale that I'm at, I'm in the top 4,000 people on Twitch generally. Like, I think probably today we're a little lower because view counts are a bit low. But like, I'm in the top like 4,000 to 10,000. I could absolutely make significantly larger sums of money if I was just a bit more pushy and also played a lot more variety. I just have no interest in doing that because this is an industry that's I consider to be based on people making art. And this might be kind of crazy to say, but I would like people to just make cool art. And if I can just encourage people to make cool art where possible, if it's something that I'm interested in, everybody wins. I win because I get to see cool art. You win because you get to see and learn about cool art. And the developer gets to have some money to keep making cool art. Everybody wins. Also Brit points. So I don't know. I mean, I was a hobbyist for years and it became an income source for me. And I fell backwards into it. And I did try to do the normal routes of making money that a lot of people focus on, but I can't do that shit anymore. And that's why I don't take sponsorships. Because I can't do it anymore. It's so much work to feel bad about the money that I make. And I know that there's like, you know, something to be said for like, oh, you know, you're providing a service for people. And it's like, it's not a service if I feel like shit because of it. Back from dinner, what'd you miss? Not much. What you have for dinner, Bob? I had pasta with homemade mushroom sauce yesterday. There's a grocery store that has discount produce pretty frequently, which is like getting gnarly, but like, you know, still edible, right? And I have this habit of popping over there in the evening and buying like a 1 pound bag of mushrooms and making a bunch of like mushroom soup or stew or sauce or something. So I did that last night after I was done streaming. Spent an hour making some mushroom sauce. It's very, very tasty. I'm glad people respect me because I don't respect myself. Want to apologize about asking you earlier. You will go through your Discord self-promotion section. Thank you again for not being mean. Some streamers are okay with it and some not. And your point is 100% valid. Sorry for being weird about it. You're not weird about it. Like, I assume you're new at this or like just trying to get some promotion. So I get it. Like, I don't know. I mean, I understand the need for self-promotion. Like, being... Like, my channel wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the streamer Limalicious, probably. Like, there's a very good chance I never would have even gotten started if it wasn't for Limes. Because she was the only person who rated me back in the day. She's a very successful VTuber these days, but, like, back in the day, she just, like, was a no-cam streamer. And I, being completely blunt, had no external support in the early days, and very likely wouldn't have made it this far if it wasn't for like a handful of raids from her back in the day. And so I think about it from that perspective where it's like, I completely understand the need for self-promotion. It's just, if you're gonna self-promote, be smart about it, you know? Like if you want to get away with self-promoting, my advice would be this: start streaming, right? And I know that that's a big ask for some people, but stream with no camera and no microphone. Stream like some form of game development. And then raid people. And then say, I'm a game developer. I'm working on this video game. Because suddenly, bang, you have like a legitimate reason to promote somebody because you just did them a favor. Most streamers will look at something like getting a raid of like, I don't know, 5 people as enough of a gesture of goodwill that you can get away with some free promotion. Me? Do I stream Battle Brothers? I don't stream Battle Brothers, no. I used to... A friend of mine, Northern Quarter, used to stream a shit ton of Battle Brothers, but now that I think about it, I haven't seen him live in forever. When was the last time NQ streamed? Oh, 5 days ago. Okay. Well, he's playing State of Decay. That's why I haven't seen him. But, yeah. No, that's what I would recommend. Well, here's the thing, YG Games. Because you've permitted me to rant at you for like 15 minutes and made you the subject of a discussion. Go ahead, promote your game. Post it in chat. Do it. It's fine. You have my permission. And if it's a porn game, I swear to Christ, I will shoot you into the goddamn sun. It's just like Hentai Puzzle Simulator. Number 42, $2.99. Now it's... Yeah, you can post the link. It's fine. If you have one, that is. Doing all the farming. Bountiful harvests we have today. Holy crap, I have a lot of stone. Okay, let's stop exporting stuff. Did I ever get this up and running? Tisk tisk. Let's sell stone. Holy shit, I got 41 extra workers. Wow. Yeah, the other piece of advice I would have for you is when you start promoting your game, try and promote it to people who would be interested in it. Because this is going to be another harsh piece of feedback. I don't play any PvP stuff, right? PvP games are not my shtick. But good luck. Any kind of online stuff that requires other people. Sorry, I'm out. I used to love playing marbles. The extent of playing marbles for me was Marble Madness on the Xbox. I think the 360. Extreme temperatures, eh? Well, I do have wells. That's a hearth, not a well, but hey. We're out of clay again. Thing is, I really want to just import clay. Workload is low. Okay, so I need a bigger radius for this. I mean, there's literally stone right here. Why can't I export that? Guess I only need 2 people working here. No work within radius. I don't understand. Oh, is it because I accidentally removed all of the workers? Is that what it is? No work within is within radius. I don't get it. Okay, I guess I have to have it connected to, okay, don't get it. Blind is from Canada. Vancouver, Canada. So it's a multiplayer only thing, which only French people can understand. God, I'm so interested that I'll cancel all my activities and sit here in the lobby alone all the time. I mean, you don't need to be mean. You can be dismissive, but don't be mean. What are we upset about? Oh, I'm out of food. That's the problem. Well... 0.7 day. Okay, well we're just getting our harvesting done, so we'll have more food in a moment. I guess it means it's time to activate these 2 jobs. We've also got this one getting worked on, which is going to take fruit. I was going to say, wow, people got real pissed at me for a second. A local dispute between Cretonian and human citizen has spread across the whole city. 2 species are now at each other's throats. 6 versus 260. Well... if you insist, friends. What religion do they want? Have to make one of these temples? What? Entertainment, health, religion. Oh, I see. Shrine, not a temple. Got it. We'll build a shrine to these peoples. This all done. 20 people working. Getting all this done. I think 68% fertility. I have a question. If you're not focusing solely on money, what brings you to self-promoting in people's Twitch chats then? Right. Also, you said that you've been doing this for a week? If I read what you said correctly in chat? Streaming for 1 week, game dev for about 1 year. Okay, for about 2 years. Okay, well there you go. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, starting off with a multiplayer game as like kind of your first project seems not like my choice, I'll put it that way. Not doing it for the money, so you're contradicting yourself here. You're not doing it for the money, but you're also trying to live off of it. I'm just gonna state that seems like a literal contradiction. Not only for the money? Look, you're either doing it for the money or you're not. That's kind of... Anyway, I digress. I think at this point it's probably best that I cease indulging in this conversation. So now I need to figure out where I'm going to put military. Looking down here. Although since this is going to be trading stuff, maybe back here, actually. Nice and round. Figure out what direction roads are closest to. This side. That looks like it should be able to fit, but I will humor you, game, and assume that you are being completely honest with me here. Stick to hitting Q and E for these. Interesting. Starting a project is the easy part. It's finishing it that's challenging, to be honest. So, I agree with that.
Hey Blind, this is one of my favorite games. How are you finding it?
They bloody rebuilt half of the UI since I played it 452 days ago. Kind of annoying, honestly. I wish he would just leave shit the same so that I knew what I was doing when I started. It's fine. I mean, it's definitely had some nice improvements. And I still don't like the housing system. I still prefer the old one. But that's okay. Such is the way of early access games. Sometimes you're going to like a thing from earlier games more than others. Or earlier versions of the game, rather, more than later versions of the game. But honestly, it's pretty good. I am enjoying it. I'm having fun with it. It's very simple how you get to a project being finished. Sneaky, snaky. You stop developing it. The challenging part is making something that's finished that you're also happy with. I have many projects that are finished that I'm not happy with. There's my tailor. Yeah, I gotta say, the change to the trading UI just makes me completely flabbergasted as to how it's supposed to work, I'll be honest. It's like, I did understand this system at one point, but... don't anymore, that's for sure. It's good to feel productive instead of deproductive. For some early access games, earlier games is accurate. Some EA games changed so much you could count them as totally different games. Yeah, I mean, which is why I stopped playing RimWorld, right? Because I loved RimWorld's early access launch and hated it by the time it released, which was a very frustrating process to go through, to be honest. But once you get through that process of frustration, it becomes less frustrating because you just kind of accept it and go, well, I guess this game ain't for me, fuck it. Shoot it into the sun and set it on fire, goddamn. Temperature's going up to an extreme level today. There may be deaths. I think I should make another bakery. How much coal do I have? Actually, that's something I could sell. I could sell coal. 270. Restaurants are using 10. Oh, do I have to research that? I guess I do. I could also unlock, you know what, we're gonna unlock opium farming. I also wish that there was like a little bit more indicator that I unlocked something. Do 40 by 40, I think. Once this is done, and we have it set, then I can sell the extra opiates. Which, what a sentence. says first I need a trade agreement or something. If you click on this, you can see your nearest possible trade partner, and then they ask you for trade, and then you have to click barter until they'll accept it, and then you click accept, and they'll take a bunch of your resources, and then for the privilege of them taking your shit, they will then allow you to trade with them. So I'll get food in 3.3 days. So basically right as we're getting food is when we're gonna run out of the next round of food. Yeah, I need more veggies. You missed something, you add something, still faster than unlocking features with money or grinding. I mean, I'll tell you this. I miss the era of this game when it didn't have a tech tree and it was just build shit. Was the only real rules there, was just build stuff. And while on paper that sounds great, the issue with that in actuality is that you, how do I word this? Is it makes the process of learning the game a lot more difficult. I think it works better for certain types of games than for other types of games. For games like this, I think it kind of makes sense to have a tech tree because the game is very gamey in its mechanics. I think in more story-driven or sandboxy experiences that are less gamified or gamey, I think it makes a lot more sense to just prioritize, it makes more sense to just prioritize allowing freedom for the player. But a game that's much more gamified like this, I think it's okay to focus heavily on gamey mechanics because it makes the process of learning the game and onboarding new players easier. And you can always add options to just remove the tech tree if you want it that. But the tech tree is kind of gamified into Songs of Six so heavily that I think it's fine. Just as an example, like in order to keep your tech tree, you have to make paper and put that into a library, right? And if you're not researching in laboratories actively, you can also lose your tech. And I think that that's cool. So I think it depends on the game, really. I think for me, it heavily depends on the game. This is that point where I go, did I make another bakery? Got this one down here. Right, I was going to try and unlock the other recipe for this, and then I ended up buying opiate farms instead. I was gonna go make bread better, but instead I decided to make opium. You know. I'm not a villain. You're a villain for thinking that I'm a villain. Blah. Could make a crude brewery. So we'll do that instead. We'll make breweries. Because I have quite a bit of wheat. Actually, we're gonna wait until all this stuff is done being made. All these farms and whatnot. .9 days. They're still all working on this. There you go, stone. Now we get our veggies. We would be very honored if you would accept this humble gift as a offered token of our friendship between our kingdoms. Really? Just a bunch of cotton? All right, it's time to export a bunch of cotton, I guess. It's not that I necessarily don't necessarily want the cotton. Man, you know what I hate about hot weather? It's just random insects just like landing on your finger. There's definitely work within the radius. I don't understand, man. It's like I don't get why these have to be connected to a specific shop. It's like if I'm just telling you to export a thing, you should just export it. I don't like. I think I have to put fruit fly traps together again. Oh no, it says the little plus numbers. Yeah, I see them. There's a lot of things in this game that are not obvious, but I'll say this. It's gotten a lot more obvious than it was back when I first played this game way back. Now here's the important question. Does it damage your relations with them if you immediately turn around and sell everything? Because damn right, I'm doing just that. I think I might actually make another charcoaler. That or just expand this little building. We'll do that, I think. No, don't overtime them. I want to refurbish. That's what I want to be doing, right? Yes. Also gonna need to bring in clay to do this, which is fine. That's 91%. Grumble. Not bad. We'll work with it. So you right here. I'm just gonna bring in clay. Or does the tech tree for this game end? I mean, every different area has about a dozen things that they can get. What do you mean by where does it end? It's just you unlock new buildings. It's not like you're moving into like through ages or anything. It's not really like, you know, like civilization type deal. Oh, no. No, it very much